Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another segment of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai. And on my immediate left, we have the general manager of the MCAT studio, Joel Baird. And Justin over here behind these two lovely ladies. He's our technician here for the MCAT studio. He makes sure that the computers don't get viruses and things like that. Does all the behind the scenes stuff. And of course, spur of the moment, we have Justin's family, so we'll start with Mom, Susan.
Hi there.
And his lovely grandmother, Betty. And so this is how we'll start this off. So I'll play that song all the way through the Burt Bacharach piece. This happens to be my theme song,
That's
too.
beautiful.
It's just such a beautiful song. Justin, you probably wouldn't know this song, would you?
Not before your time.
We'll get to you in a moment. I'll play a song for a younger crowd there. Feel free to sing along too.
Don't know the words,
No.
just love the music.
All right, I'll do it for you. How you been, Joel?
Good.
Good. Well, I appreciate you guys being a good sport doing this for me here. My regular guest got sick this morning.
Oh, Emmett took ill again. Poor guy.
Yeah, he's having some health issues, but he'll be
That's
all
right. He's got bad allergies.
Yeah, that's what it was, allergy related.
Now, are you playing this in the key of A?
Oh. D flat, actually.
The key of D flat.
That's tricky.
That's something you don't see every day.
Well, did you ladies see the original video of this? See right here, the D flat.
As you performed it,
No, I mean the original.
is it Dionne Warwick?
No, Herb Alpert, the famous trumpeter.
Oh, sure. I remember that melodic lead.
These keys are getting goofy again.
It's beautiful.
That's right. They're not obeying you. That's what I say at home.
We're not
Dionne,
obeying.
yeah. Keys
And here's the
won't
final
obey.
notes. Isn't that a beautiful song?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
Well, it's called This Guy's in Love with You. Burt Bacharach wrote it, the famous composer of the
That
60s.
makes sense.
But
Hal David.
Herb Alpert, the famous trumpeter, introduced
Yeah.
it.
And Hal David was his lyricist.
Yeah, and they were on the Carpenter show, if I remember that correctly. Remember Karen Carpenter? Brother
Yes,
Richard?
yes.
And they built this prop where they had a letter H, a big giant H, and Herb Alpert was sitting in the middle of the line
Oh,
with the
fun.
H with his horn. So he sings that song and he plays on his horn.
Oh, it was
It's
beautiful.
It's just such
Yes.
a cool song. But
And
Right.
they don't have that format anymore. The
No.
format's been sort of replaced by the contests, like America's Got Talent.
Right,
yeah, but
right.
back in the day, they
The
just,
Carpenters would do a summer replacement, Smothers Brothers,
Yeah.
Sonny and Cher.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right?
were called variety shows.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Too, I believe.
Dean Martin, maybe he did
Right.
those shows. So there would be different acts,
Uh-huh.
which I
Right.
think went all the way back to vaudeville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where there was like a placemat where we're going to do a little juggling, and now someone will tell a
Right.
joke. So and so sings a song.
Right, right. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
Right,
I kind of
right.
enjoyed that. And there were Glenn Campbell also
Yeah.
had a show.
Yes,
That was
yes, that
essentially
was-
a variety show.
Right.
Nice. Well, I guess I should go to work, dear viewers. I wanted to remind people that we're still offering but one summer camp. All
Okay.
the others are full.
Wow.
So there's one
Wow.
summer camp left called Montana Time Travelers Camp. It's going to meet noon on July the 9th, which is a Monday.
Right.
And there's 4 slots left. And we have scholarships available.
Okay,
So-
before you disappear, let's do a tune for Justin, part of a tune. See if you know this one.
James Bond?
Close.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's in the right genre.
No, it's not the James Bond.
He's doing a modern version. This tune was probably written in 1966.
Yeah.
I know this from somewhere.
You're close.
Man from Uncle.
Close.
Patrick McGowan.
Secret
Anyone?
agent man.
No.
Secret agent man.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm going to leave you guys to a lovely
Well,
afternoon.
good to
Those
meet
of you
you.
who are watching are interested in the Montana Time Travelers Campus for kids ages 9 to 13, and it's held in conjunction with the Historical Museum of Fort Missoula.
Oh.
So they'll be able to go and use old sets out
Very
there and
cool.
costumes. They'll pick out an incident or a character in Montana's history they want to recreate,
Oh, fun.
Oh,
and
my
that will be the
goodness.
activity for the week.
How
So
So have a
wonderful.
wonderful show. Nice to
Well,
meet
thank
you.
you. Nice
And,
to
you know,
meet
so
you.
10 minutes
Thanks
have already
for-
gone by, so
Wow.
this goes by very quickly when you do this here.
Right,
very, very quickly.
right. Very good.
Well, Justin, while you're still here, let's focus on you because you're gonna have to take off pretty soon, aren't you?
For much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll focus on you first and your family a while after you're gone. So, how do you like working here at the MCAT studio?
It's pretty fun, just getting to see everything that goes on, and
Well, you're getting a lot of experience too there. So,
yeah.
now, do you know this television show that we're on right now?
I don't think I've seen.
It's called Green Acres. You've never seen it? Well, you're so young.
I've heard of it, but
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Okay. Well, basically, the synopsis of this show here. See, the behind your grandmother is Eddie Albert, or maybe behind you if you're not blocking him. But his name was Oliver Wendell Douglas, and it starts out there in Manhattan. You know, the big city.
Right.
He's living like in a
Right.
penthouse
Mm-hmm.
and so on. And he always wanted to be a farmer, but he's a lawyer because his parents forced him to be a lawyer.
Lawyer.
You know, because of the money and all. That's
Mhm.
I went through that too, in a
Right.
sense. So anyway, at the beginning, you know, the pilot episode, they started in New York, and he goes on a business trip, but he doesn't tell his wife he's going to buy a farm. When
Right.
He goes on his business trip.
Whoops.
So the wife doesn't know anything about it. So he goes to Hooterville, which is the name of the city.
Right. I
And
remember.
yeah, and so what's funny about it is he buys a farm from Mr. Haney, you know, that shady guy.
Yes, he was.
And the whole farm area was all swamp, and it didn't have lighting. This house that you're looking at,
Right.
it's just all run down. And of course, he doesn't know Mr. Haney because he still lives in New York.
Right.
Right.
So he buys the farm without really seeing the farm
Oh, dear.
and knowing that it's all swampland and no electricity and everything, no shower, nothing like that. So he goes home and says, "Honey, I bought a farm," and she freaks out.
He wasn't
She says,
happy.
"Dear, if you want to be a farmer, I'll put some plants out in the patio." So she goes and buys a bunch of plants. And of course, that wasn't good enough because it wasn't enough sunshine because they're like on the top of the penthouse and everything. So finally, he takes his wife to the farm, and they go through. You remember the Ziffel family, the pig, Arnold the pig.
Oh, yes.
yes.
Oh, yes.
So they're going past their property before going here, and they smell the pig farm. The wife's all freaking out and everything. She's like, "What's that smell?" It's like, "Oh dear, that's the pig farm." So then when they pull up in this house, she like, "Ah!" She just screams and just has a tizzy fit. She's like, "I'm going back to New York."
Right.
Yeah.
So he gives her a tour of the place, and everything's run down, no running water, no shower, no nothing, and that's how the series started.
Right, right.
That was the
Crazy.
pilot episode. And then what she does is when she goes back to New York, she calls the mother-in-law.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
And then, well, we're just all in the pilot episode.
Right.
So then the mother-in-law, she goes to the farm. She's like, "You should never have married him." And she's like, "Mom, I'm your son." "Yeah, but she's the daughter-in-law." And so they kind of played on that.
That's
So they
funny.
double teamed him out and that sort of thing. And finally, they move in to the house, Mr. and Mrs. Douglas, and she's like really unhappy. She said, "I want to give you 6 months, and this better work."
It better do,
And
right.
of course, then they jump to 6 months later in that episode, and she decides she wants to go back to New York. So he was going to give up his dream of being a farmer. But only reason why she stayed is because they were going to destroy the animals that
Oh, sure.
they had gotten familiar with, some
Right.
of the pigs and stuff like that. And that's how the series basically started.
Basically started.
Yeah, she
Right.
stays on a farm, and then it has their escapades. They meet Sam Drucker and all the rest of the people. It was just such a fun,
It was a
Very
fun
fun.
program.
silly, fun program.
Right.
And of course, Eb, the handyman that never did any work.
Right, right.
But, you know, I guess where I'm going with this is, and I know this is before your time, Justin, but television was different back in those days. The humor they had was more silly-ish
Yes,
humor by
Yep.
today's
Slapstick.
standards
right,
Yeah.
right.
and stuff. I mean, there was no Simpsons back then. There was no,
No, no,
you know, whatever the current comedy is, like the CW channel, you know, they got all that kind of more raw
Right.
stuff.
Oh,
But
yes.
back in the day, it was kind of fun things like this. They had shows like this and Gilligan's Island. I don't know if you know that show or not.
Gilligan's Island. I watched Gilligan's Islands and this one, and I Love Lucy. It
Yeah,
was
I Love Lucy.
wonderful.
All of those were pretty much
Were
in that
Family
family affair.
programs.
Yeah, family
Your
affair. Do you
children
remember-
could watch,
Yeah, do you remember Family Affair with
Right.
Mr. What was his name? Mr. French, the
right.
Yeah.
British butler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And My Three Sons, that
Yeah.
was a real good one. A little
this is
later,
really
I
going over
think.
your head. Isn't it?
Yeah, My Three Sons, and
Yeah.
many, 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 Gilligan's Island, many wonderful
Yes, ma'am.
family
That's true.
programs
Good
that were
stuff.
just great.
It's just they still have family shows. It's just that the material's just different these days.
Right, right.
Okay, Justin, let's see if you know this song here.
I know I've heard
Recognize it?
it. I can't say from where, but I think I have heard it. Sure.
I got to update my material here. Here's the melody. See if you can figure it out. Still don't know it, huh?
No.
Nope, he didn't watch that one.
Okay.
Grandpa did. Your grandpa watched it all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know that, huh? It's the theme to Star Trek.
Yeah, Star
Okay.
Trek.
Yes.
Yep.
Theme to Star Trek. Well, would you ladies like to say hello, wave at that camera, and say hello, lady
Hello
family?
there. Hi, family.
So Betty, you're visiting.
I came to Missoula, Montana for the graduation of Justin's sister, Sarah, from
Well, hello, Sarah. The
Yes.
family's on Asaph Cafe. She'll see. it on Facebook
graduation
and
from
YouTube.
high school. And
So did the graduation ceremony already take place?
yes,
Okay, well,
and
congratulations, Sarah.
and we were able to be close enough to actually see her.
Oh, okay.
But I've gone to, I have many grandchildren, and most of them that I've gone to their graduations, they all look the same in their graduation outfits, but we were very close. We have perfect seats, and we're very close and could see her
Yeah, you guys
walk
were
through and get her diploma and all that, so it was wonderful.
Yeah, you guys were like the first chairs off the steps, pretty much. Right?
Yes, it was wonderful, so.
Had to get there early.
Yeah, you snuck in before the doors even opened, so
Not quite.
no.
they were letting people out from the last.
There's a
Right.
graduation song for you.
There
Right.
you go. Yeah. Yeah. Sarah's our second child to graduate. We have 3 more to go.
Right.
So,
Well, this is for Sarah too.
yeah.
No, I don't know how many graduations. Someone asked me how many graduations I'd been to
Uh huh.
over the years, and probably 20 or 25.
So you must have a large family then, as far as grandkids.
I do.
You have any
I-
great grandchildren too?
I do. I have 13 great grandchildren, and it looks as though that I'm going to add to that
Oh,
3
congratulations.
more.
If you sit up
Actually,
this way
4
and you
more.
can look at that camera and
Yes.
say congratulations to your family.
Yes.
Now,
So-
I want to thank you ladies for being part of this impromptu here. This show here for not only your family, but the television audience, is called Asaph Cafe. It's an impromptu show where every week I invite a guest. I put on Sinatra dinner music, and he's talk to me about whatever you want to talk about.
Very good.
That's it. And we've been experimenting with the green screen technology, which I know you're familiar with. So we can put ourselves on any television show, any movie,
Really fun.
whatever.
Isn't that's quite incredible, really?
Now, when I first did this show, I literally, those 2 brick walls, all it was those 2 brick walls and that table.
How
That's it.
fun.
That's
That
when you
was 3 years
began.
ago.
3 years ago.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. And then from there, it just expanded to putting ourselves on television. So you ladies are on Green Acres.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, so as I stated, this will be on Facebook and YouTube in about an hour from now. and
Oh, wow.
you'll-
How
you'll-
exciting.
You can show it to your.
Well, that's a
Whoever.
grand celebration. Thank you
Yes,
for
ma'am. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, it's
adding
good.
to my 80th year.
Thank you. When is it
Yeah.
your 80th year officially?
July
July
21st,
21st.
born 1938.
Well, I'll put a birthday celebration in the credits then. How about
Right.
Very
that?
fun.
I am and my
Very
one
creative.
daughter decided that we ought to have a large, huge, big birthday party.
Well, then you can have this as part of it.
And you
too.
know what? I declined. I said I had that when I was 70 and it was wonderful. And there were many, many people there, but I didn't have an opportunity to one-on-one with people.
Okay.
And so I'm celebrating my whole year. And I'm also going to celebrate on October 28th because in 1978 I quit smoking, so I'm
Good for
40
you.
years smoke-free.
Yeah.
Really?
So I am going to continue celebrating my 80th year
There you
because had I continued smoking,
go. Mhm.
I wouldn't be
No.
celebrating my
Wouldn't be
80th
here.
year.
That might be true.
Would
maybe
not
very
have
true.
happened,
Uh-huh.
no. So anyway,
We took her to Yellowstone to celebrate just
Yeah.
this week.
Uh-huh.
It was
Right.
a lot of fun. She'd never been through Yellowstone. My father was a truck driver, so
Okay.
he drove her in to Old Faithful. It
So
erupted.
you got to see all of that.
And
all
he
that,
drove
yeah.
her
This
out.
time.
No,
Okay.
when my dad did it, she saw Old Faithful, and then he drove her right out.
Oh, I see.
She had
I
no
see.
idea.
and I was not very happy with my husband.
Uh-oh.
I said, when I got back, everybody, did you go to Yellowstone? I said, yeah, we did drive by Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
She had no idea.
So
All of Yellowstone.
we spent the weekend over in Yellowstone and got to go pretty much everything.
Well, let me, if you don't mind
Was
my asking,
wonderful.
what year did you originally get married, you and your husband?
1964.
1964. Wow.
So I actually had 50 years with my hubby,
Okay.
and
Is he
he's
still
been
here, or
gone.
is he
No,
gone
he
now?
passed away 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry to hear that, man.
So, and we had our home of 40 years, and
That's the
in
home
Denver.
where you raised Justin, or
Yeah, where I raised Suzanne.
I should
Yeah.
say.
In
Yeah.
Denver, Westminster, Colorado,
Mama's
actually.
got grit. She's going to tell you more about this.
And
fine.
I visited in Oklahoma, visited my daughter there and her
Uh-huh.
husband and family. They have 8 children.
Okay.
And I visited there at Christmas time, and I went home and I said, that's it. I'm moving. And I literally decided I was selling my house and moving to Oklahoma.
40 years she'd been in this
40
house.
years I'd been in the house.
Okay.
And
Took us 4
Colorado has now marijuana.
Yeah.
And because of that, people are moving in by the droves, and
Well, I
property
can only imagine.
property has just gone off of the map.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So it took me 4.5 months to get rid of a lifetime of stuff.
Okay.
Suzanne and Justin came and spent 3 weeks.
Yep,
and
we got her started.
Julianne came and spent time. Becky and John came and spent time.
Okay.
And Trudy and Steve and their family came and spent time. And loaded up things, loaded up my little car. Left, the house went on the market on Thursday.
Okay.
We left Friday morning, got to Oklahoma Saturday, but on Monday, I received a phone call, and believe it or not, I had 10 offers on my house over the weekend.
Wow.
And I picked the top offer, and it closed when I went back for graduation from another grandchild from University of Greeley. And it closed on June 11th, and I now live in Oklahoma
Debt-free.
with my other family.
Yeah.
How do you like it there?
I like it just fine, and as I tell everybody, I do miss some things in Colorado, but
Uh-huh.
I made the choice. So if I don't like it, it's on me.
I think you'll like it there.
And I love it because I have my family.
There you go.
And this is a family I didn't get to have much to do with
Uh-huh.
because my son-in-law is a retired colonel from the Marines. So
Wow.
they moved so many times in their 20-some-odd years in the military.
Yeah, I come from military.
Do you?
family,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
I got to go to Hawaii. I got to go to Washington D.C.
Yep, been there, done that.
Yeah, got to
Washington,
do
DC.
got to do all these fun places. It was
Yep.
wonderful, but
We even got to go to Taipei, Taiwan, too.
oh
Wow.
no,
How'd
I
you
didn't
beat
get to.
there?
I didn't get to do that.
Well, my father did 30 years active
Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
What
That's
service?
in the
wonderful.
Air Force.
In the Air Force,
And
right?
then when he finally retired from the active party, he worked at McClellan Air Force Base in California.
Oh, okay.
Remained
So
there
you
his
know
career.
that traveling and moving,
Yes, ma'am.
moving and traveling. And,
Well, see, I was born in '58, so
Mhm.
from the time I was born till the time I was 12, we just traveled consistently.
Right,
Every
right.
year or
Mhm.
something. Well, that was that time period. You know,
Right?
they were sending soldiers everywhere back in those years.
oh,
They
absolutely.
needed them.
So we've been to Virginia, Washington D.C. We traveled across the U.S. back and forth, Alaska.
Wow.
Well, I was born in Alaska, so.
Oh, how
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, Fairbanks.
Yes,
And
yes.
of course overseas in Taiwan for a number of years. So
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
that's it. And then when we finally settled, when we came back to the U.S., settled in California, then
Hmm.
I guess you could say I grew up there. So, or
Right.
I should say start junior high there.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
So-
Wow.
I just say I grew up in California, but technically I've been everywhere.
Right. That's
If you want to get technical about it.
right. Well, it makes it pretty nice for the young people.
Yeah,
It
the only
makes
thing
them
that was
very
hard about
rounded.
that was having to move. You know, like you have
Oh,
friends,
yeah, that's a lot.
You know, like when you're a kid. And
Right.
You're
Oh, I
there
re-
about a year or two, and then you have to move. And
Right.
Mhm.
of course, they didn't have internet back there. Keep in touch back
No, no,
then,
no,
so-
no, no. And I really enjoy Facebook a
I
lot
do too.
because I can see my children and grandchildren and great grandchildren.
Well, they'll see
I can
you
catch-
on this show.
I
here
can
an
catch
hour
up
from
with them,
now.
and it's
Yeah.
So I felt like, I mean, a lot of people my age scared to death of computers.
Yeah.
Don't want a cell phone.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss anything, so I bought
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
learning experience, but I do pretty well with it. So
We'll give you, ma'am. We're gonna
Yes.
get you in a second here, Susan. But let me see if you know this song here. We haven't forgotten yet.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, do you? Justin knows
Yes. No, this is his
it.
mom.
I don't know. What is it, buddy?
Not yet. Recognizes it?
Oh, now not as much. Maybe.
Oh, Mark would know it. Your daddy would know it. I don't know it.
Don't know it, huh?
I don't know it.
Still don't know.
It sounds familiar.
you have to get in the highbrow music for her.
Still don't know. That's the theme to
No.
Law and Order.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
Now
I
do
told
it
you
again.
your daddy would know it.
Not even.
That's my husband's
You
favorite
recognize it?
show. That's usually when I go to bed when he pops that one on TV.
I'll do it for your husband too.
There you go. This is for you, Mark.
I hope Mark likes this. And those last three notes.
Yep.
That's for you, Mark. I don't know.
Yes.
That's for you.
Yep.
So how did you accomplish your music skills,
Well,
being that
do
you
you-
were traveling? You probably lost teachers.
Well, I didn't really get to take lessons until we settled.
Nice.
Okay.
I was 12 years
okay.
old when
Nice.
I mean, I knew how to play at the piano.
Right. Yep.
But you didn't.
Didn't get a chance to really take lessons. We had to move all the time. So when we
Mhm.
settled in
At-
California, that's when I got
Problem.
music lessons. I think I was like 12 or something
Right.
Good time
at
out.
that time.
Because moving like that, you find a good teacher and then
yeah,
you move.
yeah.
They're gone.
So it wasn't like consistent till I was 12.
right.
And I'll tell you kind of an amusing story.
Mhm.
Justin, you might like this, how the piano came into our family. Well, my father had a habit of drinking gin, and I don't endorse that, but you know, some of these military folks are.
Sure. Yeah.
They get a day off, they get to feeling good drinking that
Right,
gin,
right. Little pop-off valve
Yeah.
for their life.
And what my father would do is when he would drink, he'd go home and,
Mhm.
and leave the house and buy things. Like he'll come home with towels, a lamp, toasters, sheets, you know, just stuff.
Peace
right?
offering.
Yeah, he just always did that. That was just his custom.
That's funny.
And
Right.
it's not like we were poor. You know, we
Right,
spent
right.
that many years in the military. You're going to have the
Sure.
financial means. He's feeling good, really good one morning. He came home with a brand new piano when we were in Virginia.
Oh my
And
goodness.
this happened, we had just got back from Taiwan.
That's wonderful.
And we
Oh
lived
my
at
goodness.
Langley Air Force Base. You may know it, Langley Air Force Base in Hampton.
Right,
Hampton,
right.
Virginia. My
Right.
father, my family lived there. And I think I was like maybe in the 4th grade or something like that
Right.
at the time. And we lived there for like a year or two.
Mhm.
And my father came home with this brand new piano, and my mom freaked. She was like, "What are we gonna do with this piano?" And she was too poor to have it taken back, so it just
Oh my
was
goodness.
part of the family. And
Right.
My mom
Sure.
would cry. Then she'd start dusting it off, and I start goofing off with it. And then, of course, when we moved to California, we're not gonna leave a brand new piano behind.
Oh, no, absolutely
I mean,
not.
this wasn't used; it was brand new.
Oh, my goodness.
Spanking brand new. So we had the piano brought.
Beautiful.
Then the rest is history.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I finally got to take
Well,
proper lessons.
my 3 girls that I raised, this is my 3rd daughter here.
Uh-huh.
I'm the youngest.
The oldest one said, "Dad, I want to take piano lessons."
Okay.
And my husband says, "Okay, I'll make a deal with you. You can take piano lessons, but your sisters have to take 2, and you will not quit for 3 years because it's going to take me that long to pay off the piano."
Yeah. See, my father just
And
beat
the
me
other
off
2
once.
didn't really, that wasn't what they
Not their-
wanted.
Yeah.
And Suzanne here was absolutely, I had to beg her to practice.
I did not understand why I had to read
Didn't
music.
understand why she had to play
I
the
could
piano.
hear.
Probably because some
Yeah.
people are just able to play, like
I-
Andre Crouch. I don't know if you
Yes.
remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I know Andrew
the-
Couch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Yeah.
could not read music at all.
well, and the funny part about
I
it,
didn't either. I could listen
She-
and play it back.
the teacher,
Yeah.
it took the teacher over a year to figure out if she heard it, she could play
could
it.
play
Yeah,
it.
some people, yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
so then the teacher said, "Now, don't either one of you play this for
My
Suzanne.
sister would play
Make
the
her read it.
lesson.
I had to go through
Yeah.
that
Make
too.
her read it."
When I was in high school, when
Yeah.
I was learning music in high school, the teachers would say, "Don't play anything for Asaph because he'll pick it up right
Yes,
away."
Exactly.
And that was the only way they could teach me properly, like scales
Right.
and
Right,
Right.
right,
all of that.
Yep.
right. Well, that's what happened.
And you know how I got, this is interesting how I got caught, because when I was a sophomore in high school, I didn't like to practice at that time. You
No,
didn't go
Right.
that
what's
phase.
the
I was like, "Well, I don't
practice?
need to practice.
No.
I'm gonna get it
It's
anyway."
true,
And
yes.
so, they would like say, play an E minor scale or
Mhm.
something, you
Mhm.
know? And so I'd
Yep.
wait till like the last second and hear it 1 or 2 times, right? And I knew it. So the teacher would ask each of us to play it. He got to me and for whatever reason said, "Asaph, I want you to play a different scale."
Oh
Oh,
dear.
he knew.
Oh dear.
And that's how I got caught.
Yep.
You've been listening, haven't you? I said, "Great, so."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So then they start saying, "Okay, every time we get to you from now on, we're not gonna let you hear it or know
Exactly.
or
Oh,
whatever."
no.
That's
to make
exactly what
sure you
happened.
learn
Right,
that. But scales come in handy, though.
right,
do.
They really
right.
do.
They
Yeah.
really do.
And I'll
Yeah.
give you an example. Are you familiar with Chopin's Minute Waltz?
Probably.
I'll do it in slow motion.
Right.
Yep.
Mm,
You remember this?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right here. See all those scales?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, how are you going to play the Minute Waltz if you don't know your scale?
Right.
You,
It's
true.
no,
Like that,
no,
so-
you have to do it. Right,
Yeah.
right.
And of course, with that kind of music, it's fun, but I don't think there's a big demand for that type music anymore. Like
Not
when
as
you're on a
much.
cruise ship,
Not as
Or,
much, although we were,
a hotel
Yeah.
like the piano bars.
oh,
I've done
but
a
we
lot
were,
of
we
I
were in
love that.
Yellowstone and the lady come in and played the Baby Grand.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
And-
wonderful.
And she knew that this young lady has a 5-year degree in music performance.
Oh, no,
Uh-huh.
no.
So she ended up
Singing.
inviting her to sing along.
That was fun.
And that was fun.
That was
And it was something that she had done for her.
Yeah, but see, that's my point.
Senior
is when
recital.
You can reach more people when you do like popular music.
Right,
and all
exactly.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
agreed.
That's true.
And if you want to do just strictly concert work, you should do it because you really love it, because you're not
Right.
going to get rich off
No.
it.
No,
It's
no, you're
true.
not.
The
No,
only
it's-
reason
no.
why Van Cliburn got away with it is because he was the first one.
It was
to
the
ever
right
win
time. It was the
That
right
was that
time.
time.
Well, and a
Yeah.
good example of that was Liberace,
Liberace?
Right.
Yep.
because he was a fantastic,
Oh, of course.
but he
He
did
was a
finally
showman. Yeah.
lean toward something that everybody liked.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that. I do that too. I
Right,
mean,
right.
Well, hey, let me do part of a classical piece.
gotta-
These keys aren't
Are
obeying
you heading
me,
out?
so.
Bye, Justin.
Well, Justin, thank you for
He's
being
heading
part of the
out.
cafe and
See you
and,
later, kiddo. Love you, dear.
Yeah, and 35 minutes have already gone by, so for the remaining time, I'll entertain
Oh,
you too.
very
Sounds
good.
So Justin, you can share this, and
See you
I'll
later,
make
buddy.
a copy for you guys,
Have
and you
fun.
can have it.
Cool.
Any final words you want to say, Justin, before you take off?
Go bit.
All right.
Bye, that
Go
works.
Bitcoin.
Have fun. Thanks, Justin. I'll take care of your family the rest of this. Well, here, let me do a, how about, tell me if you know this one here. You recognize it?
By music, but
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
good at
say,
names.
is it etude and
Not
A
good at
minor?
names.
You're close. I'll give you a hint, it's a prelude.
Prelude and
E,
B? Prelude and C? No,
E
it says
minor.
E minor.
E minor.
It's a minor.
I was gonna
Yeah, E
say
minor.
E
I
minor.
knew it was like an etude or a prelude.
Right.
Yeah, you like played a bunch of movies these days.
Absolutely, it's true. Yep.
That's beautiful though.
I wish I didn't have to play it on this piano though.
Sounds better on a
Right.
acoustic. Yeah.
Very much
Yeah.
a baby grand would be good.
And here's the conclusion of it. Yes, prelude in E minor. I always speed it up there on purpose, just
Sure.
to give it a
Right.
climactic, you know.
Right.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Beautiful.
You recognize these last three notes.
Yep.
You remember Oscar Peterson, the jazz pianist of the past? African American jazz pianist. Played with
Not familiar with that.
played with Count Basie and
Okay.
Probably,
Nat
Okay.
King
yeah.
Cole.
Yes.
Yes.
Heavyset
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
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 Well, he's not known for doing classical music, but he did his version of that song I just played, the Prelude in E minor.
Yes.
Right.
And it was a very interesting version.
Right.
The only thing I don't like about jazz music is when they start cutting loose, and
Right.
improvising around,
Right.
you kind of lost. You
Right,
can.
right,
You
right.
can. It's fun to study though.
Yeah, it is.
I remember studying it in my school years, and it was fun.
How long were you in music when you?
So I grew up with the piano,
Okay.
and I hated reading music, but I learned to read music.
Okay. Can you still read music now?
I can, but piano's not my gig.
Oh, okay.
But I got to college, and halfway through my degree at Colorado Christian University, I changed to a music degree
Okay.
and changed to voice. And so, but in order to get a voice degree, you
Mhm.
have to pass piano proficiency.
Okay.
So I had to learn many pieces and try to learn to play.
Now I don't want to put you on the spot.
So-
Would you like to play a tune?
Oh
even if it's a
no,
simple
no, no,
one?
no, no!
Okay.
I'm not a
Okay.
pianist.
Okay.
I decided years ago that was just not my gifting.
Oh,
I
I
did
see.
pass. It was fun because my teacher, we talk about listening by ear,
Mhm.
would have to watch very carefully what I was supposed to be playing because I would be playing and just write something else into the music.
Okay.
And so if he wasn't paying attention, it sounded good,
Yeah.
but he'd say, that's not what's on the page.
Well, this might surprise you.
So-
Do you remember the Russian pianist Horowitz?
I don't.
Vladimir
I don't-
Horowitz?
I don't remember.
Well, he was known for taking these Chopin pieces and
Tearing
adding
them apart.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
in the middle.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Tweaking it a bit.
I would just
Yeah, he'd like add an extra page or two impromptu
Right.
and
Of
then
course.
connect it together because he
Sure.
was that skilled.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Very
the
good.
audiences loved it.
I would just
Oh,
inadvertently
Critics
rewrite.
blasted this guy, and I'm like, for what?
Being
Yes.
creative.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
he'd be doing those lightning fast, like those really long
Mm-hmm.
compositions and
Yes.
adding extra pages, and I would go
That's
like
great.
this. I'd be like, right
Genius.
on.
Right
Yeah.
on. Yes.
And then he'd conclude it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know why we have to have critics anyway, because I think they're frustrated musicians or something.
Right,
I don't know.
right, right.
It's a tough place
Well,
to make
generally, we're our own worst critic
money.
anyway.
Truly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I might as well tell you a little bit about me.
Mhm.
I went to San Francisco Conservatory.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I was like a teenager.
Yeah,
when I
that's
went
exciting.
there.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I used to practice really
Yes.
a lot, and I would drive my mother crazy. She'd be like, "Boy, go outside and play baseball."
No?
And she used to kick me out of the house.
Oh, for
Right.
heaven's sakes.
Yeah,
Because you
play
just,
for a while.
right,
Because I just practiced.
That
and
was your
practiced
gifting.
And practiced and
Yeah.
practiced. And I still do, but I do it a little different now that I'm older. It's
Right.
more slow motion, like that minute
Right.
waltz, and just reviewing stuff. But
Sure,
when I was learning
making
it,
it-
you put the hours in.
Oh, absolutely.
hours and hours,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so I had a scholarship by the time I was 19.
Beautiful.
But there were a few of us that rebelled, like that Louis Armstrong movie with Danny
Mhm.
Kaye. You know,
Right.
when they went to that conservatory. I
Mhm.
can't think of the name of it, but
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend named John, and he used to practice Pagliacci, Vesti La Juba,
Mhm,
La Juba, that Italian opera or whatever it is, which I think is pretty cool. But he used to come up to me and say, you know, I like this classical music, but I want to do some Sinatra.
Absolutely.
Well, he'd do
yeah.
it in the
Right,
opera style.
right.
Fun.
And so where I'm going with the stories are a few of us like rebelling because the
Sure.
teachers will be like, you guys can't play anything else. It has to be classical.
Right.
We're talking Chopin,
Right.
Beethoven. No country,
Right.
No,
no
No.
jazz,
No.
no popular music
Right.
like Roger Williams.
right, right, none of that,
They tried
right.
to conform us, so there were a few of us at the
Mhm.
conservatory that rebelled, like, oh, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna
Mhm.
do other stuff. And I'm not dogging on that school, but where I'm going with this is they had music prior to classical music.
Absolutely.
Right,
Yep.
So
Right,
that makes
exactly.
no sense to me that by the time the 16th century come around with Chopin and Beethoven,
mhm.
that you just have to do that and
And be
nothing
just
else.
Right.
restricted.
Right.
When
Right.
there's country, rap, and everything.
Right.
Well,
It
I'm
is
not a fan
traditional,
of rap music
yeah.
necessarily, but it
Right.
fits in that genre.
Right,
Right.
right.
And I'll give an example. One of my piano teachers taught me how to take popular music and
Mhm.
make it sound classical.
Very cool.
Oh,
So that you get, and here's a good example. Let's have fun with the Rolling Stones. I'm gonna give you my version of Painted Black.
Okay.
okay,
You'll probably
okay.
recognize, you'll like
I
it.
probably will. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Mm.
You recognize it?
Yes, Mm.
I'm
Beautiful.
gonna freeze on that note right there.
That's wonderful.
That's kind of the
Beautiful.
classical version.
Love it.
Yes,
It would sound a lot lovelier if I were on a real piano.
right, right.
But where I'm going with that is like you can take a popular song, like
Right.
in my case,
Right.
make it sound classical, and you get some classical music and
It's beautiful.
And, the-
popular.
right,
But I
right.
mean, if you're doing a legitimate classical piece, unless you're Horowitz,
Right,
I don't
right.
think I would
No.
recommend necessarily putting a problem around.
It's good though.
Well, let me do a piece of the Moonlight Sonata since we're Green Acres here.
Yes.
I just get self-conscious because, you know, these
Mhm.
electronic keyboards are so monotone. See?
Right.
Right.
You don't have the reverb.
Mm.
It's beautiful.
I'll play it for you.
Julie used to play this.
Mm?
Julie used to play
Julie
this.
played that,
Yeah.
yes.
See how these
Yes.
the bass is just kind of
Mm-hmm. Flat. It doesn't have
it just kind of sticks.
the extra tones. Yeah.
Now, what kind of music did make you sing when you were doing your piano?
I had to sing in German and in French and in Italian. And
Did you have to take
then-
solfege too?
No, we did a lot of, we did some Broadway, mostly just the languages. We had to practice and know
Okay.
how to read. And then, I was trained very classically, just like piano. They
Yeah.
always go back to the classics. And it was a little frustrating because I wanted to know more about contemporary Christian at the time, and that wasn't really what they were wanting to teach. So
Okay. Is it at that school, what, the Bible school?
I
you
went
were
to
going
Colorado Christian University, and at the time, it was a very small, private, unknown college that I thought I was going to get a degree from somewhere nobody ever heard of. And now
Okay.
they have campuses all over Colorado. So it's grown and multiplied since I graduated. So it's a big school.
Right.
It's a
Do you
known
like-
school.
Do you like all that contemporary Christian music?
You know, I'm not interesting enough. I at the time wanted to learn it. Now it's not really my favorite.
What is your favorite?
I prefer gospel myself, kind of more the old time gospel. So I'm kind of in a
I'm gonna stop on that
peculiar.
note there.
Yeah, so I'm in a peculiar niche. I do sing our praise team at church.
Okay.
But it's the modern music.
Well, let's have fun
So-
with some praise music. I'm gonna play part of a praise song. Tell me
All
if
right.
you recognize it.
Okay. Do you know this one? I don't know this one.
I'll keep playing.
I don't know the lyrics. I know the tune.
I'll keep playing.
Ha ha ha. I know this one from the radio, but I can't name the tune. Give me your eyes to see.
Yes.
Open your eyes, right.
Yep. I do know that one. Don't know the lyrics, but I know the song.
Right.
I just
Yep. Give me your eyes. Yep. It's a
Give me
good
your
one.
eyes.
Yep.
Give me your eyes.
Beautiful chords.
Yeah.
One of my very favorite pieces is Eyes on the Sparrow.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
Yes, I really
I'll
like
do that
that.
for you. But before I get to that, yeah, that's called "Give Me Your Eyes." Brandon.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like in the churches these days,
Mm-hmm.
I guess the old hymns are forgotten because
Oh,
the church you
they-
go to,
We're
they're
kinda
playing
hymns
They do
girls.
just praise
Yeah.
and
praise
worship.
music, and I have nothing against it. I call it rock and roll
You know,
music.
it's
Right, right.
Well, it's not musically deep. It's very shallow musically a lot of times.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
agree.
just the 1-4-5-1 chords.
But that's
yeah.
the style, you know.
It's
but
it's not the traditional, you know.
now,
but
on occasion, I do play that "Give Me Your Eyes" in public.
nice.
Because
nice.
those chords there, you know.
That one's nice. That one's written nice. You've got some
Yeah.
good tones and yeah, that's a good
See?
one.
Beautiful.
But not all of them are written, you know, the modern ones as well.
Yeah, and you know, like
Yeah.
that sounds like something you could hear in a piano bar if you didn't know it was a Christian song. In
Right.
fact, here's
Sure.
a true story.
Sure.
I got hired to play in an art gallery one year, and the first thing the owner says, "I don't want to hear any Christian music." he said.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know why he said that.
Wow. Blurted it out.
Yeah, this is
Ooh.
before, you know, I was just sitting at the piano, just getting ready to play, and he was standing right here, and he said,
Wow.
"No hymns, no Christian music." I said, "I'll fix him." So I started playing all the more hip praise stuff at the time when I got in the
Sure.
mood. And
Yep.
there was
Right.
one song I was playing was standing right there getting into it. And he didn't even know that he was listening to the very song he had asked me not to
Not
play.
to
which
play.
was praise
Right,
music.
right.
funny.
So anyway,
You're good enough.
Just wanted to
That's
share that story
good.
with
That's
you.
good.
Have
He
fun.
probably sees it on TV and remember it. He won't hire me.
Right.
This was like, oh God, almost 20 years ago. When that
Right,
happened.
right.
But
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't angry, and he wasn't angry at me. It just threw me for a curve.
Right.
Oh,
How do you
absolutely.
even say that?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because he didn't believe in God or what, but
Probably.
Yeah, he was
you know,
mad at God, maybe.
Or maybe he'd had someone that's all they knew to play.
I don't know. I'll never.
You'll
know.
never know.
He just,
Right.
He just did
Mhm.
not want to
Crazy.
hear any Christian song.
Wow.
So he got an earful that night.
Yes,
I
he did.
played a bunch of those praise
That's
And
wonderful.
people were in the art gallery. They didn't know that.
They didn't know
praise
either.
anyway,
No,
so-
no.
But
That's good.
it was just this guy that hired me to do that. So
Right,
funny.
right.
Bad. Well, I know. I never told him I was playing
No,
that.
no.
Mm.
That's one of those secrets you just
Yeah, you just
Just-
this
yes,
good
Enjoy.
Lord knows.
Just
want to
enjoy.
keep, want
Yeah,
to
and I
keep.
did all the normal stuff too.
Mhm.
Right.
All right, tell me if you know this one before I get to that. I am the
Mhm.
sparrow, and you know we got about 10 minutes left. This went by so quickly.
Yes,
Yeah,
it did.
did.
That's very
Okay,
good.
Mhm.
see if I can. That should have been a giveaway.
I don't know this one.
Still don't know it, huh?
No.
That should have been a giveaway right
No.
there.
No.
No. I've heard it before.
We're clueless.
Don't know what it is. No.
Hmm. I'm sorry. J.J. Heller's tune.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, you know?
Oh,
No.
Well, let me see. Let me deem myself. Let me think of another one that you would know here. Okay, let's try this one.
No.
No?
That's Come to the Cross. Michael
Oh,
W.
okay.
Smith.
Okay.
Right.
Well, never
Yeah.
mind. But see where I'm going with that is there's so many
There are
of
so
them.
many
Good pieces
choices.
that nobody would know that that's
Yeah.
what they
Right?
are,
That's great.
unless they really
Yes, ma'am.
were
Knew
in
the
church
music.
and
But
and
I
didn't know.
think the Brandon Heath one, Give Me a Rise, is probably one of the most beautiful chord
Musical.
wise.
Right,
Right.
right.
Chord
Right.
wise.
Yeah. Some
The
of
thing so wonderful about piano is that the music is so clear
Yeah.
and precise, and all the mixed music, every one of them sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
It's got that same timbre.
Well, I've had a few
Yeah.
The
piano
background.
teachers over the years, and so if you notice my style here, it sounds like classical music
Yes.
instead of traditional.
Yes.
Right,
I was
right.
trained to do that.
To do that,
Popular
right,
music.
right.
I
It's
practiced for
beautiful.
over a
But that's the
year.
reason I
Yeah.
love the
Perfect that.
piano,
It's
and
beautiful.
was pleased. It was a big effort taking them every week
Oh,
to
yeah.
piano lessons.
Yes. All the
Yeah,
way
For
because
3 years
everybody,
running. It was a commitment.
But you know, the thing is, two people can play the same song. We're talking about popular
Right.
music.
Oh,
it's
yes,
different.
absolutely.
And even
And
if they play a classical piece, it's different in a sense.
And
as
it's
far as
different,
tempo and all
right,
that,
right.
you know,
Mhm.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But the piano and that type of music. And growing up in the Denver Public Schools,
Mhm.
we actually were able, twice a year, I believe, to go to the Denver Symphony Orchestra
Yeah,
on a
I'm
field
familiar
trip.
with them. Uh-huh.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yet, that's the only place I got that kind of music.
Yeah, but see, like
But
I
it was
stated, as far as the
beautiful.
spectrum of everything,
Right,
it's like way on the bottom of the totem pole. See, when it first came out,
Mhm.
like Liberace did a history of Franz
Right.
Liszt. It's posted on the
right.
Nice.
computer. And at that time, that music was brand new. That was
Mhm.
their popular music of the
Right,
era of the
right,
That's
time.
right.
exactly.
That's right.
And well, you've probably heard this.
Mhm.
I'll give you a quick history.
Okay.
Around before the 14th century, I think it was called the medieval period.
Mhm.
If I
Right.
remember that correctly. And I don't know what their music was at that time. Probably like chants and
Mhm.
stuff. That's the way.
Yeah.
That was their music. And
Right.
then they had what was called the Renaissance era around 1450 something around there, at about
Mhm.
1600, whatever it was. And that was their music. And around 16, I'm improvising on the times.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because I don't have my
About
notes
the,
with
about
me.
the right.
Right.
Around 1600 or so, they
Mhm.
had what was called the Baroque era.
Right.
Right.
You know, like Bach, stuff like.
Bach and Beethoven.
Oh, and see, I love that.
Mhm.
You know, it's gotta be.
Oh, that to me, that just is
Good music.
good, good.
Now, I like
Good
to-
to the ears, good, beautiful.
No, Bach's
And
music is
relaxing.
cool. Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yes.
Bach's music's cool, fast, but I like to when I do that. I like to do it slow,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
something like this, see,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. But then after the Baroque era, they had the classical period, with the rest of the
Right,
masters they call it.
Right.
And then they had what's called the Romantic era, leading up to about
Mhm.
1900. And by
Right.
that time, music was changing. People were
Right.
not doing that classical stuff
Right.
anymore.
right,
They were getting into the Negro spirituals,
Mhm.
which you may have heard,
Yep.
jazz.
right.
And we're talking,
Mhm.
okay, jazz kind of grew. First, it was big band, which was very
Right.
structured.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know, the Glenn Miller stuff. You're all
Yep.
reading that sheet music note for note.
Oh, yes.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right,
And it was
exactly.
really structured.
Yep.
But the kids could dance to it.
Right,
And people like Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, like, this is long hair square music. We're gonna go out and do our
Oh,
own
yeah.
jazz.
Right,
Which
right,
they
we're gonna-
did.
right.
They did all that bebop and that
Mm-hmm.
lightning
Right.
stuff. You have to have an extensive knowledge of scales and chords.
to do,
Yes, you
to
do.
do
Because
that.
Yes, you
see,
do.
regular
Yep.
music is based on what's called rote, R-O-T-E,
Mhm.
note for note.
Right.
Note for note,
Literally note
okay.
for note. Whereas the improv stuff is based on chords and scales. So
Right.
like, for example,
You
let
have
me
to
do
have
what's
that.
called a blues scale. You may
Yep.
have heard this.
Yep.
I'll do it in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Mm-mm.
Then I'll go down. Now,
Mhm.
based on that, you can play a C minor chord, for example.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
Something like that. You know?
Right,
Mhm.
right,
That's a generic idea, but that's kind of where that comes from.
Right.
right.
And that's a little bit more stimulating play, you know.
It's fun.
Right,
It's
right,
challenging.
right.
But it's
Yeah,
fun.
but you have to really know your
You
scales
do.
Right.
You
and
do.
your chords.
Yep.
So anyway, this romantic music came out, jazz expanded, and you know the music of the 1910s and
Mm-hmm.
20s,
Mhm,
which
mhm.
you've heard. And then of course by the time Louis Armstrong came out, that didn't help matters.
No, no.
That's right.
Because you
Awesome.
start like really cracking the door open
Yeah, I
and,
did.
changing
Right.
music around
Yep.
that time, around 1910, 1920s, around
Right,
there, and all
right.
that, 1930s.
Mhm.
And then that led to the jazz and so on. Now where I'm going with this story is, by the time early rock and roll came out, that just really changed everything.
did.
Right, right,
Blew the cover
We're
off.
talking like early 50s, Little Richard,
yeah.
Mhm.
Sam
And, you know,
Cooke.
I just didn't like that even then that much.
Well, you know, the guy
Because
that
I
wrote-
just really liked the classical
I know, but
and did not
it was
realize
changing.
that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy that wrote You Send Me for Sam Cooke was one of my teachers. His name was
Wow.
Bumps Blackwell.
Oh, wow.
I think I was in my early 20s by
That's
then.
awesome.
And he started training me more
Sure.
away from the classical
Sure.
in a
Right,
sense.
right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, conservatories wanted him to teach. He said, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I'm gonna
right.
stick with this rock
I
and
would
roll.
just
Rock
stuck
and
in a
roll,
niche.
right.
Yeah, he had the actual gold record in his home. You know, You Send Me.
Oh,
Sam
my
Cooke, that he
goodness.
sang
Oh,
at
my
that
goodness.
time.
How
Yeah,
exciting.
Bumps Blackwell, you can look him up. He
Right.
was my teacher.
Wow.
Wow.
And I studied with him for like 3 years, and I lived with him personally, so I caught the tail end of that.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Rock and roll era, and I was in Vegas by the time I was like 24 or 25. So.
Wow. What an experience.
Yes, ma'am. And I played with Pat Guidry. I don't know if you heard of him. He blues
Sounds
singer,
familiar.
Pat Guidry, high roller.
I think so.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was
yeah.
one of my early bosses too.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
He had his name on the marquee in Vegas with Tom Jones and Wayne Newton and all those guys.
Wow.
Wow.
I
Nice.
can't believe I lucked up and got in there. Well, I
Right.
don't really believe in luck as a provision of the
Right.
Lord.
Right,
Yes.
right. But
Yeah, I
yes,
was there. I been there, done all that.
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
that's very
It's
exciting.
amazing.
But it pays to practice because you
Oh,
don't know where
absolutely.
that's going to
You
take
don't know where
you.
you're gonna end up. That's right.
But see, to conclude this, because we're almost out of time, it's a big world out there now
It
musically.
is.
Yes,
So for a conservatory to just say you have to do that,
that and
I
that
have a real
only.
problem with that. So did John and
Right,
so on.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all right, I'll do that one last song here.
And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home when Jesus is my
I haven't got to that. We're
shelter?
getting to it.
When Jesus is my shelter,
There you go.
my constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
I'm gonna stop right there.
Uh-huh.
But that's a beautiful song.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a video. I'll give you the info. I played some old hymns.
Oh,
been
that's
posted.
wonderful.
Any final words you ladies would like to say?
I'm just so happy
Oh,
to be with my mama for her 80th year.
Well, this
and
will be a good 80th.
just
Yes,
celebrate
thank
her.
you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah,
It was,
thank you for being part of this, and MCAT will
fun.
appreciate that
Yes,
too. So
thank you
you.
very
feel
much.
free to make a zillion copies, send out the link. I'll have it posted in about 5 minutes from now.
Oh, thank you very much.
So
How
this is
exciting.
Asaph Cafe, and thank you for letting me do that hymn for you and going over that
Thank
music
you.
history.
That's awesome.
So we have Susan on my immediate left, that's Justin's mom, and Justin's grandmother, Betty Beall, and you'll be celebrating number 80, so that's a great way to end
Thank you.
this. I am your host, Asaph Adonai. Until our next show, Maranatha. Now you ladies make yourself at home. Don't move until I shut everything down. I always play that
Okay.
and freeze on that chord.
That's awesome.
Right,
My conclusion there.
okay.
Mhm.
What a delight. How fun. So Justin took off walking or
Justin went to
grabbed-
his Bitcoin
did
thing.
the bus,
We might have to go check
How
him.
close
No,
is-
it's over at the courthouse, I think. I don't know.
not that far
No
away.
idea. I
Not
have
that-
no idea.
Right.
Okay, ladies, we're having a problem. Just make yourselves at home. It won't shut off. I'll have to probably edit the last part of it.
Oh, no, because
Okay.
we talked?
No, that's
No.
fine. It just won't shut off.
Okay.
Shut up.
You know, this thing won't turn off, so you have to help me turn off.
You matched?
Yes,
And even your purples.
yes. So fun.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, I'll just walk
funny.
through here. Very, very unprofessional.
It's all good.
Oh,
Mm.
that ought to